Well, you run and you run to catch up with the sun, but it's sinking. Welcome to Pink Floyd, the podcast where we watch every movie ever made to see if it syncs up to Pink Floyd's 1973 magnum opus, The Dark Side of the Moon. My name is Gareth Blackler.
Oh, my name's James Barron. Hello.
And joining us, she glows in a way that is human, so don't worry. It's the one, the only, fan favourite guest,
Yeah.
Madeline Smith.
Returning at last, Madeline
Thank you.
Smith.
It's great to be here.
Here on
I
the
hope
mic.
I don't glow.
Hey.
I hope you don't glow like in the movie that we watched, which was the wonderful 19...
85?
Is that right? I don't know. We didn't look it up. It's Cocoon. We watched Cocoon.
Y'all heard of Cocoon? Because I barely had.
Yeah.
How did we come about finding this film? We were just looking through films similar to Kroll.
Yeah. Really? I would not equate this film with Kroll in any way, other than them. It's like wild as shit. Like it's a concept that shouldn't have been greenlit, but it sure was. But yeah, no, like not similar to Kroll in a lot of ways, but it is a nice reprieve from our Kroll-a-Day special.
We are banking a lot on the audience liking our Kroll episode, because that hasn't dropped yet, and we've recorded 3 more. And in this one we're like, what's similar to Kroll?
Yeah.
But
God.
I'm kind of annoyed at how, like, you had seen the film before, hadn't you, a long time ago?
This one, Kroll or Cocoon?
Cocoon.
Cocoon, yes.
Yeah, so had I. You hadn't, had you?
No, I knew nothing about Cocoon. I knew 5 things about Cocoon.
Yeah.
Okay.
And most of them turned out to be wrong. So everything I knew about Cocoon was old people. Mm-hmm. And then I knew
Accurate.
I could picture a green light.
Yep. Really? Okay.
Yep. Turns out that wasn't in there.
No?
There was a green light at one point.
Were you thinking of The
there we
Great
go.
I'll give you
Gatsby?
Maybe. That is a film with a famous green light. Man, the crossing the
Cocoon.
line between Great Gatsby and that is pretty good.
Yeah, that's...
What's the Great Gatsby Cocoon crossover?
There's lots of boats.
Yeah?
Yeah?
They just,
Someone dies?
fucking Gatsby discovers a fucking cocoon that gives de-ages him. That's why he's so self-centered.
There's a dead person in a pool.
Yeah?
Yeah?
What? Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh.
More crossover than you'd think.
Ooh. Continue.
Okay.
The other thing I knew was it had a weird, sexy energy.
Yep.
And then I thought there was scary spider arms involved. There's not.
Thank goodness. I would not be okay with that.
I would love to enter your brain to, like, know where you got that idea from.
Right? Me too. I could almost picture the poster as well. I thought I'd seen the poster, and I thought it was like a glowing green cocoon cracking, then the word cocoon with the letters really spaced out.
I'm pretty sure that's the Alien cover.
That is. But I was also picturing a young hero with dark curly hair, question mark. I thought there was one of those.
There was. There
Yeah.
was, though.
Yeah.
The young gentleman on the boat. I can't remember his name.
He's Jack.
Jack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Good. I'd say you're like 4 out of 5 there. You know?
Yeah.
Spider arms notwithstanding. Pretty good background knowledge of Cocoon. If you had to sum it up, I feel like you probably could.
okay.
I watched this film when I must have been about 10, probably.
Wow.
Probably too young.
Yeah, I think I was about the same.
Yeah, and I'm actually really angry at my own memory right now because it has absolutely none of what I remembered. All I really kind of remembered was this, like, 20-person, 65-plus orgy in a big pool.
That does happen. pretty
Kind
much.
of.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I only remember like the opening 20 minutes of this movie looking back at it. I definitely don't remember the ending because I would have been hype as shit. So but there's a high potential that I like turned this movie on when I was really young and then switched it off about like halfway through. I don't know. That, like I had the attention span of an 11-year-old and I was just like, nah man.
I think...
Bionicle's still going strong.
Oh, Bionicles. You're like, I can take this VHS out and wait 20 minutes for Bionicles to start.
Exactly.
This film definitely does change around probably that point, the 20-minute point, where you kind of realize that it's not gonna, like, no one's really gonna be evil in it. No one's really an antagonist.
Not
Everyone's
really.
just nice.
The cops are kind of antagonists in this movie. I guess, and the orderlies kind of suck at the rest home. They're
Yeah.
doofuses. But there's no real, like, nasty people.
I mean, there's Bernie at the beginning.
Yeah, true. He plays like a minor antagonist, but he has a sweet heel turn before the end. So,
I guess the opposite of heel turn, a toe turn.
a toe turn.
Toe turn.
Does a certain dance move and then becomes good.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of dancing in this film as well.
Yes.
Should we get into like actually seeing how it synced up with our classic Floyd boys? Because that's what we do. I felt like going in, this was going to work really well. It's going to be a strong boomer energy podcast.
Yes, yeah. We welcome all boomers to this one.
Yeah, welcome all boomers. I want a banner that says that. God.
We've kind of lived the retirement day today as well. We went out. We were recording this in person, by the way.
Yeah.
We went out to a nice cafe that was like those cafes that there was Minions on the menu, Despicable Me Minions on the kids menu, and like a lot of fonts. It was very much, and wide glass windows. It was very much where you'd go if you were retiring. And we're also in the most boomer suburb in the world where James lives.
I live in like a cul-de-sac with like a bunch of houses that look exactly the same. It's sort of nightmarish, but I've gotten used to it. It's quite a nice neighborhood, honestly.
Okay.
But yeah, I
did.
definitely have seen the cast of Cocoon at the cafe that we went to.
So yeah, with our method research in, I think we're very well qualified to sync this movie to Dark Side of the Moon.
It's true. We're all gathered around with cups of tea, the perfect vibe for a movie about some old folks. Shall we dive on in?
Let's dive on in.
All right. We got Speak to Me, Baby, over the opening crawl. There's not really opening credits at the start of this movie. We see a boy with a telescope looking up at the bloody moon.
Yeah.
I'm already hyped.
The light side this time, but you know.
Yeah, okay, so we start off this movie with async, which is pretty spicy. We've got the title card appearing Cocoon with its like sci-fi ass logo.
Yeah.
And that like flashes away and we cut into space, like looking at the moon
Yeah.
and the earth over as we go straight into Breathe. Like
Yeah.
that transition from that song, we're there. It's happening.
I wish I'd filmed both of you when that happened, because it was one of the most beautiful moments where I think that might have been the best sync in an opening sequence for you both.
Yeah, we were thrilled to bits. There was
Yeah.
cheering, there was much waving of
There
arms.
was a lot of noise.
Yeah, we got very excited.
I was about to get up off the couch and like flip some shit in your lovely house.
When this podcast works, boy howdy do you get excited.
Right?
Did I at one point see you Google Cocoon Dark Side of the Moon?
Okay, that's I've been doing that ever since. Well, I've been doing that the whole time, but like especially it's come true since Mulholland Drive when I didn't do it until during the show.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that Naomi Watts' parents are on the album.
The grand revelation
Yeah.
is out of control.
Okay,
yeah.
because I really thought you were like, is this something that I don't know?
Yeah.
That this film is actually based around Dark Side of the Moon, because it was so perfect.
Yeah, especially this opening. The only thing that did come up was Pitchfork snarkily said that Pink Floyd should write their next album to sync with Cocoon because they getting old.
Damn,
Yeah.
roasted.
On a 5.7 review of their last album.
Whoa,
Yeah.
harsh.
I think 5.7, if something I like gets a 5.7, I'm like, okay, I'll probably still like it.
On Pitchfork, I guess.
Yeah.
They're pretty, underhanded reviewers at Pitchfork.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. They are cutting it straight to the mustard, those reviewers over there.
Yeah, they gave Animals by Pink Floyd a 10 though,
Oh, there you go.
recently.
All right.
Which they've
Recently?
only... Yeah. Finally, like, caught up.
All right.
They've only given that
us.
to... Yeah.
One day we'll get there.
I'm still looking at the album cover. I'm not ready to open that
Oh,
album.
God, no. Absolutely not. Our minds will explode. We've only got room in our hearts for one album. So,
Yeah.
Movie continues on. We've got like fucking dolphins swimming around as well over Breathe. Over some like ancient ruins
Yeah.
of a city. I feel like this is a sweet music video for Breathe, right? This
Right.
Is it feels like very like mid-2000s screensaver.
I wrote Screensaver.
Like vibes, like the genesis of vaporwave here. It's great. It all came from Cocoon.
Cocoon invented Vaporwave.
That's
I
canon.
feel like Cocoon might have influenced more than we would kind of understand about what's been produced in the last 30 years.
Yeah. Definitely the idea of like old people getting up to mischief. I feel like
Absolutely.
this popularized that idea.
Oh yeah, that's a classic trope because of this movie, I think.
Yeah. Was because you know how like everyone says like, oh, the most condoms are sold to old folks' homes.
Yeah.
Do you think that was like
I think that's
really
potentially just true. But...
I mean, there's a lot of love in this film.
Yeah. It's mostly from us watching it. We'll get to
Like,
it.
let's call a spade a spade. There's a lot of sex in Cocoon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cocoon horny.
Yeah, Cocoon be horny, for sure. Oh my god. We're about to get, to
There's,
some
like,
fairly uncomfortable conversations here.
Old age sex, some interstellar sex,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's opening your
cocoons.
cocoons, implying sex of the past.
Everyone you meet implies sex of the past.
That's very true.
some adulterous behaviour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, goodness me.
Where would you, because there's this website, I think it's called Common Sense Media, that always shows up when you Google a kids film. They always have the top review on how safe it is going to be for kids.
Oh yeah.
If you were Common Sense Media, what would you warn the people about Cocoon? Would you give them a go see it or don't see it?
I mean, I wouldn't. If I had children, I wouldn't. It's not like you explicitly see anything too dodgy, but
It's true.
it's heavily implied.
I feel like Cocoon offers a decent lesson to young kids about like several things, about like people growing old. What that's like. Someday your grandparents are gonna go and you gotta be nice to them while they can. They don't have access to a magic pool, so
Yeah.
you know.
If only.
Yeah. Right?
only.
Like
Yeah.
so I think like from that perspective, yes, but I would give it a big old rated H for horny. So
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
Big old beaver boomer.
There you go.
Like my favourite pencil, this movie's an HB.
Oh my god.
Horny boomer.
Oof. Oof a doof.
No one's going to grab the HB pencils anymore because they'll be like, oh, the horny boomer pencil.
Yeah, they need a whole rebrand now.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, I agree. This would have been like someone's Windows Media Player visualizer for
Absolutely.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
Yeah, so like from these very strange opening to the movie Cocoon, like these strange sequences, we cut to a retirement village and Wilford Brimley chilling out. He's arrived back from the shops with like a whole bunch of stuff for all the friends.
With easy lax.
Yeah, that's right. X-Lax, I think
X-lax,
it is.
sorry, yeah.
Who's like someone's desperate in need of that, so fair enough, fair play. But yeah, he's like one of the few old people that can still drive, and so he's like ferrying all these treats and stuff to them, which is very sweet. This is where I first noted the line "race towards an early grave," which is the line that closes out "breathe."
Yeah.
And like never before has this line seen the light of day like so much in a movie.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of racing towards the early grave. Well, I suppose not early, just in general graves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to draw attention
Another
to
line
that.
in this film that made me even more worried than Race Towards an Early Grave, but we'll
yeah?
get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, we're like On the Run starts playing, and it's just we're just panning past a bunch of like old people sitting in chairs.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just not fitting the vibe at all of
Nah.
the intensity of that song. It's hilarious.
But I also kind of thought like that was like the intensity of the music and like how little is going on in each scene. It was beautiful.
It was great.
It built like another dimension of Cocoon for me.
Yeah, we were laughing away. It was
Yeah.
great. The juxtaposition was fucking sick.
Fantastic.
Would you call it an anti-sync?
Yes. So there were like, I guess, there's a handful of beautiful anti-syncs, but like some of the best syncs in the time that I've been around.
Well, you've been on this earth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, since you were birthed from a cocoon.
She's not ready to give that away.
Oh shit, sorry.
It's a showbiz secret.
Yeah, we got old mate Bess teaching like an aerobics class for a bunch of ladies, and Wilford Brimley's not interested in joining. He's got to deliver more goods. Yeah, Live for Today, Gone Tomorrow. We're seeing they look across to another room after visiting another friend.
Yeah.
And there's EMTs running all over the place, like trying to save the life of someone who's just dying in a bed. Oh, bleak stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone just seems so like we see this every
Yeah,
day.
it's kind of facts of life, right? They're
Yeah.
like, it's sad, but this is like their fate in the old folks' home, you know. But that's a good old thing for us friends.
Yeah.
So-
we're getting something from it.
Yeah, we're the only ones benefiting out of that scenario. This movie, at the start here, we're getting a lot of old people in shorts as well.
Shorts.
Yeah, like short shorts.
Yeah.
It's a little bit scary. I've never seen so much of Wilford Brimley. Like, it's like potentially too much. Have you become more acquainted with him since his role in The Thing? Do you know?
No, I think I asked you who is he, and you said he was in a butter ad?
He is in an ad for stopping diabetes.
Oh, okay.
Famously, yeah. He's the guy who
Is
says
he that I
diabetes.
can't believe it's not butter?
No, I don't.
No, I think it's...
It's the opposite of that.
Oh, that's true.
He surely
no.
can believe that it's butter and it's killing you.
Wait, he was the guy who said diabetes?
Yeah, he's the diabetes
Okay, that
guy.
makes him very famous.
There you go. We're seeing a lot of him.
Yeah.
And a lot of other old people in shorts because they're going over to sneaking through a gap in the fence to go swimming in a pool. These rascally old dudes sneaking to the neighbouring house's pool, I guess. It's like an empty house.
Yeah.
That's up for rent at the moment. And they're, using the pool because they can. Having a good old time. Unfortunately, the crash and On the Run and the clocks and time go on over the sequence and they don't really align with anything. They're usual touch points, but sadly no syncs there. It's just old dudes walking around. So, yeah.
I suppose, like, there's maybe something to be said by the fact they're moving too slow to get to the clock syncing or something.
Maybe.
Yeah. No.
I don't know. We'll let the listeners be the judge.
Yeah.
So there's just like vibing out at the pool for a little bit. A lot of like swimming old people in this movie.
Yeah.
As well. They're like fairly casually swimming around this time, but they're having a good time. More raucous horseplay down at the pool to come.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Lifeguards would be very annoyed.
Yeah. In my notes, the next bit is that we cut to some dude out on a boat. I'm not sure what he's up to. By now, I'd turned the movie off, apparently.
Yeah.
No idea who this is. He looks a bit like Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Paul Rudd crossed with Glenn Howerton.
Yeah.
But he's actually...
Oh, God. Steve Guttenberg.
Gutenberg.
Yes, a very young Steve Guttenberg. Famous for the Police Academy film.
Yeah.
So he's just come back from like a fairly unsuccessful voyage with a bunch of people who are really pissed off with him.
Yeah.
But then he gets immediately hired by a couple out on the docks for 27 days, which is really specific. And he's like, sweet. Like business.
Yeah.
27's my lucky number.
He's bloody hype. So yeah, it's going alright for him. Over time, solo, we're cutting to some shuffleboard. And I'm hype. Have you ever played shuffleboard?
I've never played
Either
shuffleboard.
of you guys?
No.
I've done some lawn bowls.
Yeah.
Never done croquet, but some of our friends are
We're
really
a
into
big
croquet.
lawn bowl group.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And assorted other yard games, but not that one. Not played that one.
What's everyone's old person hobby? Like, everyone's got the hobby of theirs that's the oldest person hobby.
I too am a big fan of lawn bowls. I played croquet in my day.
Yeah.
That's a pretty old person
Heck
vibe
yeah.
for sure. But yeah, I went to a work do one time which was lawn bowls, and it was all day lawn bowls.
Wow.
And I got the worst sunburn I've ever experienced.
Yeah, that all sounds very relatable.
It was because it was a surprise where we were going. And
Yeah.
it turned out to be 8 hours of lawn bowls.
Wow.
I hadn't brought a hat because I just didn't know where we were going. But it was alright. I drank a lot of beer and that
gonna
got me
say.
through that, so...
Yeah. A bear and lawn bowls go hand in hand.
Yeah,
You need to be a bit sunburned.
I think that's the trick. I think that's why old people like that so much.
Stubbies, yeah.
They
Yeah.
just drink all day and play some like very low energy sport. I think they've got it figured out.
Yeah, heck
You know?
yeah. I guess I appropriate old person culture because I wear my granddad's lawn bowls jacket a lot. But yeah.
What would
I have a
your
lawn
old person sport be?
Going to bed at 9 p.m. I love that. I'm a champion of that.
Oh wow, impressive! Yeah.
We were hanging out with my parents last night, and I got out my sleep app, and I was showing them my like sleep quality and how quickly I completely dip into like deep sleep. Like it's
Wow.
a drop. It's like a cliff.
Holy
Whereas
shit.
the normal human being, it should be like a slow decline.
Presumed dead, Gareth Blackwood, as soon as he falls asleep.
There was one night where I was just dead for like 3 hours and then suddenly it jumps back up
I
to
was quite
living.
concerned. It also records his snoring,
Oh, wow.
and you can play it back. It's great.
Maybe we can cut some of that audio into the podcast, depending on who edits this episode.
You liked talking about your sleep, though, didn't you? Anyway.
I love that. It's like a big crossover between Boomer and Zoomer energy. Like
Yeah.
showing off an app of your sleep
Yeah.
schedule is like, that's the perfect
That's
Venn
cool.
diagram.
Yeah.
Love it. Anyway, shuffleboard. Yeah, they're going. A little kid has come to visit Wilford Brimley, his grandson, David. Wilford Brimley's character's name is Ben, but I constantly switch between that and Wilford Brimley in my notes, so...
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, he's gonna come for a sneak off to this pool as well. He's come to visit, quite nice, come to visit the old folks. I feel like this is a rare occurrence, but anyway. But unfortunately, the house has been rented by the couple we saw before down at the docks, who have also rented that boat.
Yeah.
And so they can't sneak in for a swim. They've rented the house for $7,500 a month, which is kind of insane.
To be fair, this is a beachfront mansion.
That's true.
Yeah. I feel like Florida's probably quite rich in terms
Yeah.
of that stuff.
Yeah, and they also are only renting it for a month. Like,
Yes, that's got to
right.
be... Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of reasonable if you think about it that way.
Anyway, I think the number's going to be a lot less shocking each year going by looking at
yeah.
that. Like, oh wow, what a steal.
Yeah, logged into this, like people listening to this podcast 20 years in the future, like when Cocoon has become the main movie.
Yeah.
They'll be like, whoa, what a steal, that's crazy. I could buy a Coca-Cola for that.
Yeah. Now back into our cocoons.
I need to get younger. Yeah, so then next bit is like they're out on the boat, checking out like a heat map of where they need to go that they've printed out. Found this kind of weird.
Yeah, this was probably the most sci-fi thing. It was a map that used heat.
Yeah, this is the most sci-fi part of Cocoon for sure.
Yeah.
Just trying to figure out where they like need to go. Wildly, they're looking for the like lost city of Atlantis. Is what they're actually doing in this movie. Like I'd completely forgotten that plot point, but yeah, Atlantis confirmed.
It's kind of... They acknowledge Atlantis, and then they just stop talking about it. They're just not interested in that anymore. They're most interested in their 10,000-year-old friends,
Yeah.
And fair enough.
who apparently they left behind.
Yeah, you got to leave behind some people in Atlantis. Apparently, some kind of I'm gonna cut straight to it.
Yeah.
Talking about it, but yeah, some kind of like calamity happened 10,000 years ago, and they had to leave. But they couldn't come back until the next like solar eclipse was about to happen or something. And
Yeah.
so yeah, they've been gone for ages, and yeah, they come to get their cocoon.
These are aliens, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that.
Nah, it's just some peeps, some friends. I don't know.
I think Atlantis is a very vaporwave thing as well, right?
Very true.
Yeah.
Big time.
So vaporwave is what like old folks like me called sea punk, right?
Sort of, but like more electronic music
Okay.
based, I
Yeah.
would say. Like, yeah, it's a different like genre of music, but I feel like they have a lot of crossover in aesthetic. Yeah, vaporwave also has like a weird like Grecian column and
Yeah.
statue kind of bent to it. So, again, fitting with Atlantis fairly well.
Yeah.
Like a ruined city is a big point of it. Yeah. So there you go. But otherwise, pretty close. Gareth's taking a note about that.
I'm just vaporwave. 2021, baby.
Yeah, we go to the sad song "Great Gig in the Sky" now. Our friend Wilford Brimley is failing an eye test down here at the DMV with the like shortest man alive running the like eye chart. Pretty good.
Yeah.
Keeps saying like he says like road signs aren't made smaller than the text that he's reading, so he'll be fine. But yeah, he loses his license. It's very sad.
I wanted the letters he read out to be W-O-W-O-W-O, and he was just reading the lyrics to Great Gig in the Sky, but
Sadly not.
no.
Where can I get that eye chart?
Wow, 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 wow.
Dark side of your eyes.
Oh, have you had an eye exam where they shine a light and you get to see the back of your eyes?
I've not done that. I have had an eye exam, and apparently I have 20/20 vision, and I should become a pilot. I know.
You should become a
I
pilot.
was told that.
You're like, I don't want to. It's like, get in the
No,
plane.
your vision, your eyes are the best. You need to become a pilot.
Why are you excited about seeing the back of your eye?
Have you seen the back of yours?
Yes, I have had one.
And you're not excited?
Surely it's just like a weird
first
like,
fight.
string.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
stringy and veiny.
Yeah, gross.
And it's also like bright orange. Not normally, but because they're shining such a bright light on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Well.
I'm sorry to quash your excitement.
But then again, like, I kept my, like, tooth molds when I got braces. Like, I thought that was really interesting as well, to see my teeth 3D.
Do you still have them?
Yeah, it's somewhere in my parents' house. No, I think I tried to throw them out, and my mum was like, no, we're not throwing these out.
I mean, if you kept them this long, right?
Yeah.
You sort of need to keep them. They'll be
Yeah.
able to rebuild you from those molds. Gary.
That'll be useful. Like, oh no, they were pre-braces, so they're not going to be any good if my body washes up.
Oh gosh. You'll be you, but you'll have terrible teeth.
Yeah.
Oh no, a cursed existence. Oh my god, what do we got next? Oh yeah, we cut to some like underwater excavation going on. They're digging out the titular cocoons. They're coming out of the water. Yeah, I find it really funny that they're just swimming around these like ruins and no one thinks to comment on that. It's great. There's a lot of dolphins around as well. Again, big vaporwave energy.
So many dolphins.
Although this is also like the first hint that there's like weird sexual vibes to this film because they keep describing the dolphins as horny.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, surrounded by horny ass dolphins who keep like getting in the way, like, sup guys? There's like this huge Atlantean dolphin orgy that's been going on for like 10,000 years in this one location. Like, holy shit.
That's a subplot. That's what should happen in Cocoon. Like, if Cocoon does a mid-quill, where it's the sequel that happens during the other one, it should just be about why these dolphins are, like, what they're up to.
Very spacey. I like the connection with dolphins and, like, big UFOs continuing through as a through line from Hitchhiker's Guide
I was going to
as well.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that to happen.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Classic sync between two films that we've covered on the show. I feel like that'll happen more and more as we continue to
Well, if we're going to watch every
movie.
film,
Yeah. We'll just be talking about referencing other movies at that point.
Yeah.
Which I feel like kind of is what this show half is already.
Yeah. It's going to be like those things that come out like when a Spider-Man movie or Iron Man movie comes out. It's like the Easter eggs you didn't notice that reference other Marvel films. But for us, it'll be the Easter eggs you didn't notice that reference films we've already talked about and weren't intentional.
Exactly. The best YouTube show.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's get deep into it. At Cocoon, there's dolphins. All right, catch us next time. Like and subscribe.
Theory. Yeah. Are these films in the same universe? The answer will shock you. No. Yeah. So they got these cocoons out, and everyone's Jack is like real hyped to figure out what's in them. Basically, he's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" They've covered them with like big duvets, basically. And then we cut to money now, and the old folks are watching through little binos on the edge of the pier.
Yeah.
Unload these big eggs, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?" Yeah, and they store them in the pool where the old folks sneak into. The like following day, presumably, and they're there like the oldies are there like poking them with like a broom. And stuff. I'm getting worried that they're gonna crack open one of these cocoons like immediately.
Yeah.
You know, but it doesn't happen.
They get their big stick and they go for it. I was a little bit, I was worried.
They grab that broom with both hands.
But also, you'd think
while
after
Pink
getting
Floyd
to
say
that
that.
age, you'd be like, don't just poke things.
Or do you think you've got that privilege now?
What's ever good come from poking something?
That's the thing. I feel like once I get to that age, I'd be like throwing caution to the wind way more. I'd be like, I've already lived a full and happy life.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be poking cocoons, see what happens. Yeah.
Exactly.
And to answer your question, a lot of early Facebook friendships.
No. Were you that kid who just like would poke someone
I never sent a single Facebook poke. I
really-
sent quite a few MSN Messenger nudges.
I don't really remember Facebook when you could poke people. I remember Bebo when you could give someone a heart.
Yeah, you had
That was a lot more fun.
3 loves to give.
Yeah.
Yeah, each day.
But like, how did pokes work?
I feel like you could just dish them out.
Yeah.
Poke.
Yeah.
You just get like Gareth Blackler has sent you a poke, and you'd be like,
Oh, I feel
log
like
off.
Yeah.
really obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's like, pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Look, here I am. Remember me? I'm a person in your life.
Yeah.
I'm
Whereas,
pretty sure it was only used, like, with malicious intent
Yeah.
in my life, and that Aaron Vens used to poke me once a day. That's a soundbite. But, yeah. So, I feel like we could do without it. It was a weird thing that old Facebook had, for sure. Does
Yeah.
it still exist? Can you still do it?
I don't think you can.
If you can, send us a poke at
Yeah.
Facebook, at Facebook/SyncFloydPod. Right? Goodness me. Anyway, old mate Wilford Brimley does not give a shit. He's throwing caution to the wind and diving into the pool and swimming around, and the rest of them follow suit. And they start feeling fucking great, guys.
yeah.
Like, immediately as well. As
Yeah.
soon as they get in the water.
They're like, man, I don't know if it's these weird magic eggs in the pool, but I'm feeling good. And they start doing, like, fucking flips off a diving board.
This is the best scene, and it's so good because it's only during the saxophone solo of Money.
Yes.
So this beautiful, like, ripping saxophone while these old dudes are...
Slow-mo old men.
Yes! Oh, I loved it so much. And it stops as soon as the solo stops.
It's perfect.
pure joy. It's now, to me, the official music video for that
For
saxophone.
money.
Yeah.
Just fucking Wilford Brimley, like, landing on his ass on the diving board and then, like, tipping in as, like, a move.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But then, like, arguably the worst scene in the whole film happens when they're walking back to their
Oh
home.
my god, yes, okay.
Yeah.
They're walking on back and they're all, like, fucking stoked. They got a spring in their step and they're all talking about how they've got fucking huge boners. Alright? Like, there's no ifs and or buts about it. These boys are excited and we get like a short sequence of each of them accosting their wife
Yeah.
or like various women. Like
Yeah.
one of Art like goes to the gymnastics or aerobics lady that he was crushing on earlier, and yeah, they bloody have the old person sex.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's very
And
uncomfortable.
then, the next day at Mahjong with the ladies,
Oh my god, yeah.
all 3 of them, bar one, are just... They're too happy to say anything. They're just sit quiet. And
Yeah.
the one who didn't get the old D in the night just was like, why is everyone so quiet?
Yep. Yeah, she's just here to fucking flop down the Kongs, alright, in a game of Mahjong. But she...
But those ladies had already flopped down the gongs.
They got their own Kongs, alright?
Gongs to flop. And yet that weird metaphor, not as bad as the D in the night.
No, I love that. That's perfect. Yes, I think it actually is really sweet. I want to comment, like, the first one's awful because it's Joe, like, lying in bed ushering over his wife to come and, like, sleep in his single bed.
He's like, I'm wide awake, and Money does that, like, famous, like, kind of, whoa, descending scale.
Yeah, it's no good.
Like Pink Floyd are backing up a little.
I just want to mention that Art's one is actually very sweet, and that he like goes around in a white suit and like serenades
nice,
his lady.
yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm into this.
Yeah.
As a palate cleanse from the previous shot, I'm feeling much better about it.
Yeah.
That's all quite sweet. Like, it's very nice that, like, because, yeah, everyone acts disgusted at the idea of old people having sex. Like, we draw a line on when people stop being sexy.
Right.
It's kind of nice to have a sex-positive film.
Yeah.
Especially, like, a Ron Howard 80s sci-fi blockbuster be like, go on.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think a lot of positive, ideals came from this film around positive sexual experiences for 65 plus.
Yeah.
But those boys are ravenous afterwards.
Oh my god, yeah. They got a big old spring in their step, and they're
Yeah.
like, you want to go to the pool? Let's
Yeah.
go, boys! And yeah,
They immediately put 2 and 2 together as well.
Oh,
That
yeah.
pool's giving them
this
boners.
fucking magic boner pool. Like, they're fucking stoked off that. Of course they're
Yeah.
going.
Working title for this film, Magic Boner Pool.
I can see what, yeah, it would have been a harder sell to to the execs. Depending on how old they are. They might be like, and where did you get this idea?
Yeah.
Yes, anyway, yeah, they run on back and they presume that there's like cocaine in the water, which I think is a really fun
Yeah.
thing to do. But yeah, they all like have a buddy system so that if one of them ODs, like fetch an ambulance, which is hilarious. Yeah, so back on the boat, the aliens here have brought out like a big machine with them that looks like a giant fucking like 80s gaming computer full of LED lights and whirring noises.
It's like what people thought the internet looked like.
Yeah, they have the internet with them on board this ship.
Yeah.
The very early.
They've got all of it.
Yeah, in this crazy box. It looks kind of like outdoor heater that's just been filled with like a bunch of LEDs.
I thought it was a fire pit.
Yeah. So did I.
Yeah.
I was like, that's not safe on this boat.
No.
But anyway, Jack's very suspicious of it, and yeah, then he goes down in the hull of the boat and is touching more cocoons that they've unearthed. When the nice lady Kitty, one of the aliens, comes down to like hang out with him and like see what's going on. She tells him that these cocoons are giant snail shells that are like super rare, and they're getting them for a aquatic museum basically. But it's very hush hush because they're very valuable, which is a pretty good lie, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
It's pretty evident that they're fond of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then he immediately like thinks he broke his foot.
That was odd.
Now, was this like a move? Like he like fucking breaks his ankle or something.
Yeah.
And then like gets rushes away upstairs yelling out that he's fine, and collapses right next to a cooler.
Yeah.
And she starts like massaging his foot. And he pulls a fucking beer out smooth as you like out of this cooler. Like, was this just like a fucking strap?
I feel as if yes, but also like I'm assuming that these guys actually no. I'm gonna let you finish this because
Okay.
you want to build it up as to what happens next.
Anyway, yeah, he like basically uses this as like a jumping point to ask her out, and she's like, nah, like I'm not gonna do that. What if I told you a big secret? And he's like, oh, you can tell me a secret, and she's like, nah, never mind, bro. See ya.
It is when people like make sudden moves in a movie when you're syncing it to Pink Floyd, it's way more jarring because like usually it'd be a music cue or audio or something. The fact he just suddenly went like, my foot is broken, while Pink Floyd are just playing Us and Them in the background was just like...
That's the thing about
hang on, huh?
We see like fucking visual goofs way more often when we're doing this kind of thing because like it's just, you can't cover it with sound. But yeah, presumably there's like a loud snapping sound or something over there. Oh gosh. Hopefully not. But yeah, who's to say whether or not him breaking his ankle was real or not?
Yeah.
Anyway.
What if he just had a broken ankle the rest of the movie, but he was just chill? Like, he was actually in terrible pain, but it's just like, aliens, I've got bigger fish to fry.
Okay, new canon idea though. What if he did break his ankle, but the like magic massage healed it because she's got like magic healing powers?
Yes.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Although we don't know this at this point.
That's true.
But I thought maybe. These dolphins are horny, like all the time.
The evidence.
These fellas are horny like all the time now, feeling useful.
Yeah.
Like I bet she just like magicked his foot up. All good.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This raises the question for me, was Atlantis just like fucking boning down all the time? Like 24/7 back in the day? Because these aliens have like such horny magic.
Yeah. Yeah. So were there people on Atlantis and they were just too horny and that's why their
That
society
was the calamity? Like people were just having sex too much.
They started trying to have sex with buildings and the buildings all collapsed.
Oh no!
Having sex with the ground and the ground couldn't take...
Oh gosh. Hopefully not. Possible canon though.
Yeah.
Getting a stern look right now.
No, I was just trying to remember the history of Atlantis. Was it myth? I thought it was just like a place, and then it sunk.
I think that's the
idea.
myth.
It's the
though.
myth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it was filled with gods and goddesses.
Yeah, I feel like the calamity that happened was it sinking it into the ocean.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
in
Was
all
it-
seriousness, but...
Was it punished by the gods?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
For being too
Complicated
horny.
by aliens in this story.
Yeah.
You know. who's to say that these aren't just like really old humans that have evolved?
Yeah. They found some cocoons. Things got exciting. I often think, like, because we're at a point in this world where we have to accept if the universe is infinite, there's life on the other planets, right?
Yeah.
Which means, like, let's say that means there's definitely aliens. That means any fantasy film you watch that's set in our world still isn't an infinite, like, a huge, ever-expanding universe. Therefore, there's aliens. Therefore, Harry Potter could meet an alien, and it would be bad storytelling, but it's as likely as there being magic.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Like, because you never want to cross the streams of fantasy and aliens, eh? Unless you're Kroll.
Unless you're Kroll, and then you can handle it perfectly.
Yeah.
As evidenced by our previous work. Yeah, no. Horny aliens, they're out there.
Yeah.
They're in your area, waiting for your call. Yeah, anyway, old Joe, he goes to the doctor. His cancer is in remission.
Yeah.
Great news. He's bloody stoked. Him and his wife, they have a, like, happy spin around moment. Very sweet. And then, yeah, they have this, like, beautiful ballroom sequence.
What kind of, like, retirement village is this?
I don't know. It's wherever they are is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I would want to go here.
It's the world's first climate-controlled ballroom. That's what it said on one sign.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. How does that work? Exactly?
I think it just has very good aircon.
It just has air conditioning, yeah.
I'm down with it. I mean, good for the old people. I'm sure they appreciate it.
Especially in Florida.
Oh my god, yeah.
Why? I mean, there's probably huge reasons financially and because it's sunny, but, like, you get two stories of Florida. One, that is where old people go, and two, that it is terrifying.
Yeah, if there's something in the air in Florida that affects everyone under the age of 65.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but yeah, you get a lot of crazy crime stories out of that place.
Yeah. That's apparently, so there's obviously the great Twitter account Florida Man that just republishes every news article that starts with Florida Man. But apparently a lot of that is A, because Florida's crazy, and B, Florida has different rules about reporting crime.
Huh.
So you're actually, you're allowed to report on these things even if they're like current investigations.
There you go. So
Something like that.
Hits the papers way
So really,
Yeah.
anything could go.
Yeah, it could be a bunch of Nantucket men out there, as bad as Florida men, but
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah.
The lamestream media aren't telling you about Nantucket, man.
Oh shit. Shout outs to you, Nantucket man. Wherever
Yeah.
you may be.
In Nantucket.
Presumably Nantucket. But yeah, they're playing like... We get the subtitle upbeat jazz, which is how I would describe Pink Floyd, so that's fine. And we're getting Us and Them playing over the sequence. Yeah, they go out into this like crowded dance hall over like the wail of the saxophone solo at the final refrain of Money, which is very nice. I think that's where we are.
We're up to Us and Them.
Us
yeah.
and Them.
So yes,
Yeah, at the end
they
of Us and
leave. They start twirling around to the very end of Us and Them.
Yeah. And then, they're like going out on the dance floor over Any Colour You Like for us. It's very nice.
Yeah.
Apparently the band started doing a cover of Dancing in the Dark, which I would love to hear.
Yeah.
Like a jazz cover of that track would be sweet.
Heck yeah.
But anyway,
Nah.
they're all having fun dancing on the dance floor. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
This is like probably the like happiest point of the movie.
Yeah. Two, probably one of the more happy songs on the album.
Yeah.
No lyrics. No bleakness.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got Jack now fixing the engine down in the thing, and then he's peeping through a peephole.
Yeah.
At Kitty, who's undressing. He fucking, like, scolds himself. He's like, what are you doing? You're reduced to a peeping Tom. And when he's like, yeah, I guess I am, and just keeps going. Like, what the fuck, dude?
That's...
But he gets what's coming to him.
Yeah. That's always my problem with nihilism, man. It's just people misuse it as their excuse to do what they... like, do the bad thing because they're already just acknowledging, like, oh, who am I?
It's true.
Yeah.
Nihilists get what they deserve, and that is seeing a glowing alien when they should have stopped looking.
Taking off a human skin suit.
Yeah, she takes off her suit, like, this horrible skin, and reveals, like... How would you describe these aliens? They got
Oh my god, I know the perfect way to describe it.
Right,
Remember that episode of The Simpsons with Mr. Burns?
Yes.
That when he when people think he might be God.
There you go. That's
Or an alien,
probably,
sorry. An alien.
Yeah.
Probably where the Simpsons got it, right? Like from Cocoon. This, like,
Yeah,
aesthetic of,
that's up.
of Mr. Burns, because he's an old-ass dude, right? Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, and it's because he looks like that because of his Friday night rejuvenation.
Oh,
Yeah.
but it's just a shitload of drugs
Tracks.
and chiropractors.
I bring you love.
What a great episode.
That's the best
Yeah.
way I could describe those.
Yeah.
guys, right? But
Yeah.
also, they fly and wear robes. It's really
Oh
weird.
my god, yes.
They don't need to wear those robes.
I don't think that they wear them habitually. I think that they're doing that for our benefit, so that we don't have to see their horrific, like, skinny bodies. They're too glowy otherwise. You wouldn't be able to play cards with someone
Yeah.
glowing that much.
No.
Goddamn.
Ugh.
Anyway, yeah, he's freaking out about this, like, running around with a blowtorch at the end over brain damage, trying to defend himself.
Yeah.
And, but he can't get away, obviously. The engine's still broken. He was fixing it at the time. And she, like, dives overboard and is, like, accosted by a horny dolphin. And, yeah, has to swim back to the ship. And, yeah, over Eclipse, we get the reveal that these guys are aliens.
Yeah.
Old mate, what's his name? Walter? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the guy. And, yeah, fucking telling us the story of Atlantis at the end of playthrough 1. Into it.
Yeah, giving us a bit of silence so we can really hit that Atlantis.
Yeah. I think they're like, our subtitles said like Atlanteans rather than Atlanteans as well. Which I think is slightly different, just potential lawsuits from Atlantis.
The Lost Empire, the movie that was coming out 15 years after that.
Yeah, who's to say?
Never mind.
Anyway, yeah, slight difference. But yeah, I think later on they're like, you call the city Atlantis. Yeah, canon. Yeah, they're saying like they had an outpost on Earth, but they had to abandon it because of calamity, blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, Jack's on board at the start of playthrough 2. He's like, I guess none of this is bad for America.
Yeah.
Is what he says. Because they're just like, we would just want to get our cocoons and get out of here.
This is definitely the point where you realize, like, oh, this isn't going to be, like, these old people aren't getting tricked by, like, evil aliens or anything. This is just going to be kind of like a movie where everyone just gets along to achieve their separate goals.
Basically,
very diplomatic about it. It was-
Yeah.
Yeah, these are some chill-ass aliens. They're, like, here for the good vibes.
Yeah.
They want no quarrel with Earth.
And, like, the fact that they're picking up their mates after 10,000 years. It's like, imagine it missing the bus. And then,
That's pretty much what happens, right?
how sad.
It's pretty awful.
You miss the Christchurch's own Orbiter bus, and then your friend rides the Orbiter bus all the way around Christchurch to come back to get
for
you.
Wow.
Because you needed them to dub you on their hop card, their Metro card.
That's true love right
That's-
there.
Yeah.
Goddamn. A modern day love
Sometimes,
story.
you know what? It did feel like 10,000 years.
On board the Orbiter, yeah. If you're going all the way around, holy shit.
Did you ever ride the Orbiter all the way around just for...
No. I've never made that mistake.
I did it 3 times,
I've
but
gone
for
the
fun.
wrong way and
Oh,
had
yeah.
to, like, catch the Orbiter going the other way round.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
yeah, no, I've never gone the full circuit. Goddamn.
This makes no sense to anyone outside of Christchurch.
Specific Christchurch references.
Yeah.
Shout out to you if you're from our city.
We've got, like, Auckland versions of this.
Yeah, of like specific Auckland-only references.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You go up on the double-decker buses just for fun.
Yeah.
It's a great
What?
time.
You've got double deckers?
It's like a free roller coaster.
Yeah, except, pro tip, at the back of the top double-decker, the ceilings gets lower. So don't go to the back if you're short. If you're tall.
Right.
But you don't want
Do
to.
go if you're short. If
Yeah.
you're the fucking eye test band from this movie, you are welcome to the
Yeah.
back of the Auckland bus.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And we'll give you... Everyone can pause the podcast and think of a local thing in their town if we haven't covered them.
Yeah, send us a name piece of information from your
Yeah.
town if you can.
Someone from Nantucket is like, yeah, there's this Nantucket man.
We try not to talk about him. It's amazing he hasn't been covered in the news. Yeah. Playthrough 2. We've got Bernie, a new friend who's being taken to go to the pool for the first time.
Yeah.
They're trying to, like, bring a friend of theirs to the pool. And he's, like, freaked out by all the cocoons in there. He's like, I'm not swimming in the pool. And they say, Cowardly custard can't cut the mustard, which is an ice burn.
Yeah.
Is that why you said cut the mustard
I
before?
did,
Yeah,
yes.
I thought that.
That is exactly why. It's fucking good verbiage.
Yeah.
I use it where I can.
I mean, custard could not cut mustard, though it is another liquid.
It's true.
But, you know.
Yeah. Fucking get dunked. That Bernie should have come back with that.
Yeah.
Better about himself.
Yeah.
You were saying there was perfect cuts and time over this, like and
To
with
breathe,
Breathe,
yeah.
sorry.
Yes.
Like, the scenes are all.
They were just like, it was like the song was made for that scene. It was
Yeah.
just like, for a good solid 2 minutes. It was
Pretty nice.
Chopping on drum
perfect
beats
with
and stuff.
The
Yeah.
beat.
Yeah.
We've had like a good start of the album experience throughout the movie so far, actually. So, like, definitely, like, Speak to Me Through Breathe has been working out well for us. So, pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
The aliens fucking return, and all the old people hide in the cupboard in the like pool room.
Yeah.
You know, like where they store their noodles and things like that. Lilos.
I haven't had fun with a noodle in a long time.
Little
No.
pool noodle, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a shirt that looks exactly like the bag that would always keep those pool noodles in.
What?
You know how it was like
How
three...
long are your shirts?
That's this massive sack with no sleeves. I bought it for a lot of money
All right.
from a nice lifeguard.
Oh.
Oh.
It's the same stripes, the same like pale pink, pale blue, pale white stripes.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. They weren't calling you Noodle Arms Blackwood out there?
Not for that reason.
No. It's tragic.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're hiding here, and the fucking aliens, they all peel off their skin suits. We see them all. All of them are just zooming around the room, flying, and the old people are freaking out,
Yeah.
as you would. And then, the kitty alien notices them inside the little cupboard and, like, scares them off. Yeah, they're all freaking out. They all have to go to, like, get some oxygen
Yeah.
because they're all scared. It's very sweet.
Yeah, it's wild because this kind of turns into like an 80s kids movie, which, considering it's a mid-80s movie, it's very self-aware that it's kind of doing that to itself.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's no one's believing them about the aliens they've found during their mischief.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
like, that's pretty good. Bernie's fucking pissed because
Yeah.
his one trip to this pool has gone so awry.
Yeah.
It's like, no wonder you guys are fucking weird. Like, poor Bernie, honestly, hero of the movie. Yeah, so Walter manages to, like, dissuade the cops that come around for an inspection. Somehow they don't go to the pool to see all these bloody cocoons.
Yeah.
But anyway, he manages to ward them off. And then, I've got... what happens next?
Yeah, it's just a montage of no one believing them, and then you'd think that would be it, or they'd like, you know, start sneaking back in and ensure the wrath of the aliens, but instead they just go meet with the head alien,
Wilfred Brimley's
strike a
like,
deal.
No chill. He goes, like, straight in, let's talk to these bloody extraterrestrials. This
Yeah.
is the, like, biggest poking of a cocoon I've ever seen. Like, goes straight in there, and they crack a deal.
Yeah.
Talking about Atlantis again, and Wilfred shrugs that off. It's awesome. But yeah, he's like, so long as you don't touch these bloody cocoons,
Yeah.
which they've already done, then they can swim around and get younger. It's gonna be sweet. What a chill ass dude.
Yeah.
I love Walter. What a good guy.
Do you think this is like a universe where if those lads hadn't gotten out of the pool, they would have actually, you would have seen they would have started to look younger, and they would have just continued.
I don't know. As we got deeper into this movie, I thought that's what was going to
I thought that
happen.
was
Because
gonna
there's the Futurama episode where that happens, because they swim in a pool.
I think, like, by the laws of equivalent exchange, they probably wouldn't. Like, just because of the reveal of how they're getting younger later, like, I feel like eventually it would run out before they would, like, start looking younger.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, they probably have been de-aged by, like, a couple years at least, like 10 years each, or something like that, but, like, not really enough to show it.
Yeah, okay.
That's my theory.
That's good, yeah.
Also, it would be expensive to make an old person not look old.
Yeah, we haven't... Science has not figured that out yet. Even the Marvel movies sometimes do okay, but then sometimes it is scary.
I've never seen it land well, you know.
Yeah.
It's very uncanny valley. Like, you get the Cloud Atlas experience, you know.
Yeah. Or the Patrick Stewart in the X-Men movie where he's just like he's like these aliens, he's just glowing. So weird.
Youth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's what's going on. Anyway, so they have permission from the aliens to swim in the pool. They've been granted permission, and so they bring the wives along.
Yeah.
The ladies are coming out this time, and they're all aware that there's aliens.
Yeah.
They're like, let's go meet the aliens. Which is hysterical. Bernie's fucking furious.
Yeah.
He says the line, nature dealt us a hand of cards and we played them, and now at the end of the game, you're wanting to reshuffle the deck. Which is like, woo!
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
good.
That could be Pink Floyd lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, mic drop after that.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
He's been, storing that one up for sure.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, they're bloody stoked. We get a really funny, montage sequence of, Jack on the boat with them getting more eggs and stuff, he's reading a book about extraterrestrials, and he's just trying to learn more. And then, just a fun sequence of, the old people having fun with and without the aliens. There's one shot of them playing cards with an alien in a robe. Which is hysterical. I love that these aliens wear bathrobes.
Yeah. They probably just learned it from the old people they're hanging out with.
Kinda.
Yeah. Yeah, there's this whole montage for this great gig where it's them doing youthful things and hitting up the club and
Ben
dancing
gets
around.
his license back.
Yeah.
He goes down there, fucking crushes the eye exam, reads the bottom line. He's like, we're in a hurry. It's fucking sick.
But someone watched this in an advertising firm and was like, great, this is the template for every single Viagra ad.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Yeah.
It's usually, what I've seen, it's just old people smiling wistfully on a beach. In each other's arms,
Yeah. Quick shot of them dancing.
And a breakdancing shot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, yes. Okay, yeah, the club is lots of people in mullets popping and locking. It's the name of the day.
The club is going off.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's also lit all purple inside, which is a great vibe for a club. I want to go here. Yes. Fucking, yeah. Old mate Art is here doing a bit of dancing. Is it Art or Joe? I don't know. One of the old guys. He does moonwalking and then, break dances.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which is more than I could ever do.
No, with or without a cocoon.
Presumably he was a dancer back in the day, and that's why he hits it off with the aerobics dancing champion lady. They both have a dance background.
Yeah.
That's maybe me reading into it, but
Yeah.
he fucking crushes the floor. He gets started all the people when he starts are get off the dance floor, granddad, fucking heckling him, and by the end they're slapping him on the back, being hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's good vibes.
Oh yeah. It's like me when I hang out with the youths and I put on some Pink Floyd,
Yeah, exactly. It's the same vibe.
Yeah, 47 minutes later, they're like, great album,
Good on you,
back.
mate.
I hate being young.
Yeah, you're the inverse of this scene in Cocoon.
Yeah.
Oh my god. What do we got next? So the other people, the word is getting around about their antics after this montage. People have
There's a
tuned
grandma
into
up a tree, and they're like,
Yeah.
how'd you climb up this tree?
Yeah, it's pretty fucking
And they don't want to
sus.
tell.
But anyway, the people in the nursing home are like, how are you getting so sprightly? So what have we got? Oh yeah, there's at the tail end of Great Gig now, we've got a sequence where Jack and Kitty are swimming around with the horny dolphins. and dogs.
And matching red togs, so it's very hard to tell who's who.
Yes. It's a very strange sequence. And then, they jump out and he's like, so, how do you aliens have the sex? Because I would like to do that with you.
Yeah.
Classic. And she's like, well, we don't really touch each other, but I'll show you what we do. And we go to the pool where she fucking manifests some light out of her. She's doesn't take her skin off, thank God. But she's starts glowing, and then the glow erupts out of her and starts pinging around the room. And then shoots into our boy Jack, and he glows green.
Yeah.
That's the best way to describe that sequence.
Yeah, that's the DVD cover I thought I'd seen.
I like to think that Jack is now pregnant with an alien baby.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah. He seems nonplussed. He's like, that was cool.
Well, he's not going to know for a few more weeks.
Like, sure wasn't sex.
Wait!
But,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Well, we don't know the gestation period
When
as
he
well.
hatches out a bloody cocoon,
Yeah.
then you'll know.
But this is again it's happened where the trippiest part of the film, this glowing light dancing around, has happened to Money, the least trippy song.
Right in the middle of Money.
This
So
is what we call the
frustrating.
Willy Wonka problem.
Yeah.
It also happened in Look Who's Talking.
That's why we don't call it the Look Who's Talking problem. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so coming up, we're still like, the old people are still enjoying their montage where they're like, and fresh off a bowling win.
Yeah.
Down at the bowling rink? What do you call it?
Bowling alley.
Bowling alley, that's the one. And Ben is starting to worry about the secret getting out, and like people, he's like expressing, he's like, don't have too much fun.
Yeah.
You know, but old Joe disagrees, and he decides to stay out on the town when, and his wife like is shooting him a yeah. Alma is her name, yeah.
Yeah.
He abandons her. It's fucking awful. And he goes and like implies like hangs out with like a younger woman.
Yeah.
You know, come on, Joe, you suck.
Too ravenous from too much cocoon juice.
Yeah, he's fucking hopped up on the cocoon juice.
Yeah.
And he's ready to burst. So, he returns home after relieving that, and like fucking his wife is leaving him. She's left him on the door and is like wandering off, and he's like trying to apologize, but yeah, she goes and stays with her friend. It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
And yeah, Us and Them is playing now, over again a sad song. And the oldies are all having lunch over the piano keyboard, which I'm into.
Yeah.
Getting, like opening piano chords of Us and Them when we see a piano on screen. Hell yeah. And yeah, fucking Bernie and Rose, the ballers, are still refusing to go to the pool despite knowing about it. Like,
Yeah.
They're just like, man, fuck this. And like Joe is so angry about his wife leaving him that they end up causing a scene basically. And
Yeah.
Bernie reveals about like, you found the fountain of youth, he basically yells out, and like everybody fucking rushes down to the pool. A fight breaks out between them first of all.
Yeah. To Us and Them as well.
Yeah.
The song about us and them.
Exactly. Joe uses his fucking like super strength from the cocoon juice to like beat up a couple of orderlies.
Yeah.
Which is a sentence that I've said, and they, everybody runs off to the pool.
Yeah.
And start fucking trying to crack open the cocoons on the side of the fucking pool side.
You got old people there, you got old people here.
Oh my god.
That pool is bursting.
Yeah.
It's out of control.
We're lapping it up.
There is a lot of horseplay going on at this pool.
Yeah.
A lot of just flapping of arms.
It's like when you go to the pool, or any community pool at 11 a.m. It's just full.
Absolutely.
people.
Yeah. More old people than water.
It's just like old soup.
Oh my god. That's awful. That's worse than what I said, I think. Oh my god. Yes. Fucking, so Walter comes in to break up the party, yells at them all to get out, and he like cracks open one of the cocoons because he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
What is revealed within is one of the aliens all shriveled up and old. It's been like...
If anyone can remember, there's a SpongeBob episode where they go to an old folks' home, and then there's this like worm who's completely shriveled
Yes.
and quite dead, like a Prince Philip level of like nearly alive, nearly dead,
You can
but-
stay on this one.
like nearly dead. We see one of those, and it's nearly dead. It's so
really
sad.
sad.
Yeah.
Like, that and like E.T. vibes.
And the fact
Yeah.
that it's waited there for 10,000 years.
Yeah,
Just
just
to
to
get
be
him-
fucking killed,
By-
have its age and magic sucked out of it, just to die here. Oh, it's tragic.
But you do know that photo of Prince Philip that I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
When he's
yeah,
through the
yeah.
car. Looks just like that.
Absolutely. Oh my god. Yeah, it's truly sad. The aliens, their youth has been sucked away to like refuel these old people.
Yeah.
The true tragedy of Cocoon
So we don't, yeah. So this wasn't
comes at a cost.
this wasn't a fuel source that
No.
this wasn't a reusable energy.
No.
No, no. It's not a renewable energy dance hall.
Yeah. So stop running your cars on old cocoons, guys.
It's a fossil fuel pool we're dealing with here. It's
We
no
should have
good.
got Greenpeace on the cause.
Yeah.
Greenpeace sponsor of the movie Cocoon. Oh my god. Yeah, so it's very sad. Walter cries, which he's like very shocked at.
Yeah.
Fucking 10,000 at least year old alien.
And he's very confused by that.
Yeah.
Like, fucking-
Does that mean his skin suit has human functions?
Why
Like
would
it can
he?
I
cry?
think so, right? Like, they've got to be basically human otherwise. I don't want to think too hard about it because it gets into some grey areas.
I mean, I could talk about skin suits all day, but
That's,
we have to move on.
that's another podcast.
yeah.
It's for the Skin Suit podcast.
Welcome back to Skin Suits. It's me, Gareth Blacklow.
Oh, why that voice though? Oh no. Yeah, anyway. So and we cut from this horrible scene to another horrible scene. Poor Bernie is chilling with his wife. They're like hanging out. He's reading like a nice book. And she is like saying, I'm so glad that I married you, Bernie. You're such a good man. And then he like goes off to get her medication for her and she dies in her bed.
Yeah, I actually started writing down, like, because this was the second time we've had Pink Floyd sing The Old Man Dies.
Yes.
And I was so nervous the last time, and then they almost got the line done, and I got, phew, comma, twice now, the old man, and then I had to cross it out, because that's when we realised Rose had died.
Yeah.
So it's a sync.
It's a sink.
It's a sync.
It's the saddest sink.
The saddest sync.
Yeah, she's tragically died. And so fucking Bernie, like, carries her body to the pool to try and revive her.
Yeah.
And Walter appears and says that the pool doesn't work anymore and that it's too late. And Bernie's just, like, wailing in the pool.
Yeah.
Mourning his deceased wife. It's awful.
Do you think that this film is actually like slightly it's a metaphor for the earth and how we're just using up all of our resources?
I did not expect that to go there. I feel like this movie is, like, very metaphorical of, like, getting old and dying and, like, accepting
It's a
death,
circle of
but-
life and you've got to accept it.
But I do like the angle of, like, climate change and accepting the death of the
Which
planet.
everyone believed in the 80s. You
Oh,
know?
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think you're onto something, yeah. I feel like
I might be looking
pollution...
too much into it.
It's really sad, but pollution was a trend almost. Like, worrying about pollution was a trend in the 90s. But it could have been kicked off by a bit of Cocoon.
Maybe.
Thanks, Cocoon.
You can't spell eco without 2 letters of Cocoon.
It's true.
Great.
E-cocoon.
That's what they needed.
Yeah, that's what they needed. If only they were e-cocoons. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, so truly tragic. She gets, like, taken away to the funeral home and Ben goes over to Walter and apologizes to him for, like, screwing everything up, for, like, letting the secret get out, for fucking killing 2 members of his race of aliens.
Yeah.
It's very, like, above board, honestly. Like, I respect him for doing this. Like, he could have, like, invoked the ire of the alien race. We could have a whole different end of Cocoon where these aliens return and destroy Earth.
Do you
Yeah.
think if this film was made in 2020 or 2021, like, the aliens would definitely have retaliated?
It would have been too sad, I think, if they had. They're just, like, standing over the controls, like, ready to shoot the laser to destroy the Earth, like, openly weeping.
Yeah.
There's definitely a version of that film that exists.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
I think also if it had been made this year, would have been shut down. No, that's so sad, I'm sorry. If it had been made this day and age, you would have definitely had them de-age into younger actors.
Yeah.
Like, they would have had,
totally,
like,
yeah.
great older
Absolutely.
actors, and then it would have been like, yeah, Patrick Stewart ages back to be The Rock.
Oh my god.
Like,
What?
Zac Efron would have been in there somehow.
Yeah, and somehow still Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because, like, 17 again.
Okay. Yeah. It's like, it's very sad. Like, Walter says he's never experienced losing someone before.
Yeah.
Like, his race never dies. They've got no concept of, like, life and death at all. And yeah, they're worried about losing the rest of the cocoons because they're all in this shriveled up state. And the old people offer to help out, returning the cocoons to the ocean, back to Atlantis. We go, and they do it. Like, there's great shots of them, like, swimming around with scuba gear, just old ass people.
But
Yeah.
they're all still jacked up on some cocoon juice.
Yeah, I guess they can. They can get away with it.
It's never going to get old, that saying.
All jacked up.
Yeah. Gareth openly flinches every time. Every time Maddie says Cocoon Juice.
Oh, I just have it again.
Yeah.
You have to. I'm going to set a restraining order on the word cocoon and the word juice.
Alright.
There's going to be six words apart.
They don't belong together.
Oh.
Fair enough.
So they're swimming around.
More for us, I guess.
Yeah.
You're the Bernie of this situation.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're moving these cocoons around, and over this, Pink Floyd say, "I can't think of anything to say," and I agree. Because this is an insane sequence.
Yeah.
Like, we're returning the cocoons to Atlantis, and there are like 80-year-old men with scuba equipment doing it. So there you go. We're at the end of playthrough 2. As everyone's standing around on the boat, very sad.
Yeah.
And we get the like final arc of the movie starting up because Walter offers them all passage on the UFO back to fucking their like explore civilizations.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, and you'll live forever as an added bonus. Like, he's like, you'll be students, but also teachers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's wild. You would never expect this movie to go this way, right?
Not at all. You'd think it would be about, well, like, to jump ahead, you'd think they'd reject it or they'd lose the chance and learn that's okay. But nope.
No, the third act of this movie is ready to pop off.
Yeah.
I am hype. We got... Over the silence between albums, old mate Ben is explaining to his grandson that he and his grandma have to go away.
Yeah.
To a place they will never die.
Yeah, it's literally like going to the farm upstate where no one gets sick. Like, and they can roam free, right? Like, it's definitely a metaphor for being like, we're gonna die soon,
I feel like if I was like a 7 or 8 year old again, and a grandparent had said that to me, that would have been terrifying.
Yeah, so much worse.
Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, it's scarring to David.
It's worse to be like, oh, your grandparent has died. It's okay. They're in a nice place.
Yeah.
Now it's just, we don't know where they are.
Yeah.
Can't tell you where I'm going. I'm sure gonna miss hot dogs. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fucking wild. No wonder, like, David gets fucking scarred.
Yeah.
That kid is gonna be fucked
Yeah, we
up.
cut straight into Breathe where he says he's gonna go to outer space. It's like, your mum wouldn't understand. Oh my god, it's so good. He wishes he could catch one more big fish. I just love every line in this sequence.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I hope this is the like sequence that the movie was pitched on.
I feel like this must have been the conversation like the writer had with their grandparents, and then like they were just like one day like, what if they were telling the truth? Tippity type.
Tippity
Granddad,
too.
if you were going up to space, what would you miss? Oh, miss baseball. I would want to catch a big old fish. All right, it's going in the film.
What if there's a post-credit scene to this and you just see a rod from space slowly lower down, hooks one big fish, and he's like, got it.
It's a fucking DreamWorks
Hot
kid.
damn.
Origin story. He's been de-aged by the magic and he's up there on the moon.
Whoa.
There you go. The fucking grandma and granddad like hug the mum and David, and they're like, we'll see you later.
Yeah.
See you next
It's
week.
really sad. Not a bad match for Breathe.
Well, Pink Floyd sang "Leave, Don't Leave Me." Yes, they're leaving.
Yeah.
They're leaving.
Nice.
Are we going to talk about the whole going to the bank and taking out all your money thing?
Yeah, that's coming up now.
Okay, good.
We've
'Cause
got-
I've got a lot of feelings about that.
Old mate Joe like goes straight to the bank and gets all of his money and closes his account and just hands the teller a $100 bill.
Yeah.
As like a tip. Like, here you go, love. And then he's just fucking wandering down the street handing out money to people. This would be so fun.
Yeah.
That's all I'm thinking about. But what is your take?
Well, like, I thought I was more, I thought I was more throw caution to the wind, like, eccentric. But clearly, like, when I watched that scene, I was like, what if they don't go? What if it's like a joke? And they're like, say,
Yeah.
leave. You've got no money, no
Dumb
savings.
humans.
Yeah.
Pranked. That's
See
for
you.
touching our cocoons.
Won't see you in 10,000 years.
Maybe it's just because I'm at a point in my life where, like, everyone is, like, screaming at me to, like, budget, buy a house, do
Yeah.
all these things. And so now I'm like,
To see
Gotta
someone
protect
be
my money.
so homeless, it's just disgusting.
yeah. But hey, I'm not 90, so.
What if it was like you were catching up with high school friends and it's like, yeah, Jeff bought a house and Katie and Jeff too got married. But Steve just went off to an alien planet where he's going to be a learner and a teacher and live forever and never get sick.
That's
There you
unusual.
go.
Yeah, oh, good for him. But like deep down you're jealous. You're like, oh, I could have done that. I had the offer.
Shouldn't compare yourself.
Yeah. I went to uni. He went to Alien.
What? Creative
Alien.
brain do good.
It's like a fraternity day.
Yeah.
Just the alien. Yeah. I feel like this is like an analog for like all the things that old people would wish to do before they died, right?
Yeah.
Like we get Art marrying the lady that he's been seeing.
Yeah.
Which is really adorable.
very cute.
It's like you don't know what they're doing. They're like standing in front of a door being like, "Oh, you sure you want to do this before?" Like, and then they're like, "Yes, let's do it." And then we see that they're getting married and it's like, hell yeah,
I mean,
that rules.
We all know that going up into space unmarried is blasphemy. So.
But yeah, I just
You have to pass through heaven to get there, and
Yeah.
God's not going to let that.
But yeah, in the context of like old people wrapping up like their lives, I think it's just a very sweet sequence.
Yeah.
What would you do?
If I was about to go to an alien planet,
You were never going to return to Earth. You could only do Earth things.
write my name in some cement.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Don't know. Are you coming?
Yeah. No, I'm coming with you.
Oh, so.
I'd
so,
like,
I'm good.
like, I kind of imagine there's no cats wherever we're going, and I just feel like
yeah.
I would
No
just
cats
like
allowed.
rub my face on a cat's tummy.
Aw,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
But what if you like, your allergies get activated, and then because you never get sick, you probably never get better from that, so you're just constantly like a bit sniffy?
I don't think that's gonna happen. Don't think that much into it.
Yeah, true. You're surrounded by cocoon
You're the one
juice.
who's allergic to cats, not me.
Oh, no.
You'll never be able. Yeah, that'll happen to you.
Yeah.
What would you do,
Oh
James?
god, it would either be me doing exactly what Joe does, running down the street handing out money, because I think that just looks like so much fun. Or, I don't know, I'd probably just like hang with my family, as dumb as that sounds.
yep.
Yeah, or that's the most
Yeah.
sensible answer.
You
Like,
got us
rubbing
there,
my
didn't
face
you?
on a
Yeah,
cat.
so either the most dumb and frivolous thing possible, or the most wholesome. I'd
Yeah.
like flip a coin and decide.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We're like all gathering to meet, and we're like, oh, James, what did you do? And you're like, oh, I just really connected with my family, really had the deep conversations that are going to carry me through the next millennia. And then it cuts to Maddie just rubbing her face on a cat, like, 8 hours in.
And your hands are just like rock solid with
I'm
something.
stuck in the cement, like, don't forget
Don't
me.
leave without me! Cat's fucking trapped. Yeah, we also get Joe like doing the wholesome thing after handing away all his money.
Yeah.
Like apologizes to Alma and like says that it's like I'd rather take 6 months living with you here on Earth than an eternity alone. It's like,
Aw.
oh, sweet. But they're both going, so whatever. It's a moot point.
Yeah,
She might forgive him in the future, she might not. They have a millennia to decide.
exactly.
Oh no! I mean,
There you go. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I don't know. They could either go like one of two ways.
Yeah,
It could
right.
be great or be
Well, you get into the whole thing about, like, if you don't die, what happens to your morals and stuff? If you're never going to die, do you start doing good things still, or do you get nihilistic? Like, I suppose these aliens live in, like, some sort of weird university all the time, and they're just learning all the time,
Yeah.
so they've probably got a good head on their glowing shoulders.
You'd hope so, right? I
Yeah.
feel like they're doing the like full-on like Starship Enterprise thing, like helping out different civilizations around the universe, right?
Oh, that's
Being
nice,
good
yeah.
people. I don't know. You'd hope so. Prime Directive and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're ready for the best part of this movie, and it's a fucking total lunar eclipse.
Yes.
That is happening at the crux of this movie. I'm stoked.
The dark side of the moon itself is a plot device in this film.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see it. All the clocks in time go off as we literally see the moon.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck yes. I've written in my notes in like all caps because I'm so hyped. Yeah. All the oldies like sneak out to join the boat. They all hop on the boat. And
useless. Like
oh yeah, the orderlies are like
Orderly.
falling asleep at the nursing
Yeah.
home. They're like whatever. These oldies are going nowhere.
They've been
popped up on
asleep for
juice.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they're all sneaking away. David lets slip. He's like all sad in front of his telescope, and he's like, I can't tell you what Grandma and Granddad said to me. But yeah, anyway, the mum finds out, pressures it out of him, and the whole like fucking town gets into a fury about it. The police are here, trying to track them down. We're trying to leave. Oldies are trying to leave on the boat, and the engine, of course, is still being repaired. Not stuttering into life, you know. So drama there. Fucking badass Bernie comes along, like, after his wife has died, and says, I just want to say goodbye to you all.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm staying, I'm happy where I am. And fucking legend, man. Like, even, like, Wilford Brimley's like, come on, live forever with me. And
Wilford Brimley?
Nah, man, I made my choice. It's been pretty clear up until this point where I'm at. Oh, what a fucking legend.
Yeah. Although he is definitely going to get questioned a lot by the police, being the only one left when all the old people have vanished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bernie would just fucking tell them. He'd be like, oh yeah, they went up to space.
Yeah.
And they're like, alright, he's old. Never mind. Yeah, the fog rolled in and they were lifted up by a big old ship. I bet they're gonna miss hot dogs. Yeah, time plays up at that sequence and I love it. This is my favourite track. Like, hell yeah. Yeah, so they fix their engine and get away, but fucking last minute, David figures it out, like he has a stroke of genius, and like rushes over and jumps onto the boat as it's sailing away.
Lands exactly on a piano note of Great Gig in the Sky.
Hell yes, I'm into it. And yeah, then we get the line like, why should I be frightened of dying as well, just before this. Which is like, they're gonna live forever, so there you go. Yeah, there's like police helicopters and the Coast Guard are there chasing them down in boats as they're like trying to get away aboard the Manta 3, which is the name of the boat, which I haven't mentioned before, but I do like that boat name. Pretty good.
There's a lot of enforcement for a boat of oldies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a pretty serious thing, right? There's like a kidnapping of like 35 old ass people.
Yeah.
Like they don't know
And one child.
And a child. Yeah, it's like it's a serious issue. So yeah, and they've caught wind of it and they're bloody chasing them down. Yeah, what happens now? It's like a bunch of there's like the best sequence, right? Because we see a UFO
Yes.
in the sky.
This UFO is straight out of the, like, planetarium show for Dark Side of the Moon. And it kicks in exactly when a guitar kicks in. It's lovely.
It's great, yeah. We're seeing, like, the moon eclipsing, and then we get, like, this full reveal of a UFO.
Yeah.
It's sick. David, at this point, also jumps overboard. He's, like, said goodbye to Grandma and Granddad, and he's like, go on!
Yeah.
I'm fine! He's like a little boy floating in the water, and I'm, like, terrified he's gonna get mown down by a Coast Guard boat.
Yeah.
Oh, that would ruin this film.
Right.
If they just decided to have that happen.
Incredibly dangerous, but no, he gets rescued by a police boat, and it's all good. And then, the fucking Jack is not coming with them.
Yeah.
He gets handed like a huge wad of money by Walter. Oh, we're listening to money when this into that.
How much money do you reckon that was?
Like at least $100,000.
I was like, this will cover the cost of your boat, which they take to space.
Yeah. And like I guess the charges of him being arrested for kidnapping 30 adults somehow.
As the only survivor of this boat, which it's going to look like he just sunk and sailed away.
Would go to prison, right? For this. So unclear as to whether or not he gets away scot-free from this.
Yeah, did the Coast Guard find him, or does he just paddle away in his little paddle boat?
We don't know.
He doesn't appear in the last scene.
We don't see him again. He is fully in prison.
Yeah.
It's
bad
vibes.
And then he's going to have his alien baby.
Man.
Single parent.
Cocoon 2 is going to be whack. So the boat, like, floats up into the sky, like, underneath the, like, aperture of the UFO.
Yeah, very stuttery, to a stuttery part of the guitars, but
floating away. We just get great shots of all the old people looking up into the light.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Before Jack jumps into this little lifeboat, he gives Kitty a kiss, kisses the alien, which would be weird. I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, right on the skin suit.
It's like, I don't understand why you did that, but I told you not to
That was
touch me.
Yeah. Now I have to wash my whole skin suit.
Yeah. God, we dry clean it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We have to stop at Dry Cleania, the dry cleaning planet now.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to be there for hours. Space hours.
I'll get a ticket.
Space hours are way longer.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. So yeah, they get taken away by the UFO. It's great stuff. The final scenes in the movie, there's a mass funeral for all these old people who have disappeared, presumably dead at sea.
Yeah.
It's very sad, except for David, who's smiling away,
Yeah.
looking up to the stars like a psycho at a funeral. Like,
He's not going to grow up stable, eh?
no,
No.
way. He's like, my granddad's going to space.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to murder someone and be like, I'm sending you to space.
The origin of Florida Man right here.
Yeah.
Like, fucking hell. But yeah, we see that the UFO is flying around in space and it flies directly into the sun.
Yeah.
So that's the end of the film, and I don't know how to feel about it.
I mean, the film probably wants you to think it was okay, not like, well, this is what you get for wrecking our cocoons. Suicide mission.
Oh god, a true tragic end.
Yeah.
Depending on your interpretation.
Yeah, maybe these guys, they're used to sun, they're powered by sun temperature and they don't understand these old folk. No, they don't like sun
They aren't
temperature.
big on the sun.
They have to live forever as ashes.
Oh.
We have to assume, though, that, I thought that they no longer would be human. And they could kind of do anything they liked in this new Mr. Burns space body.
I think that's
Yeah,
the vibe.
I like
I
that.
think they get put in the old alien, magical, floaty, glowy bodies. And
Alright.
it's all
Technical
fine.
term, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah,
Phew.
what did you think?
mean,
How did it sink?
I was going to say, at the beginning of the day, you had no clue what Cocoon was.
Yeah, and you can't deny that now I know what cocoon is.
Now you
That's
know.
very true.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your life is held now that you have?
My life is held.
Yeah. Well, do you feel held
Do you
by
feel
this
held?
film?
Have you been cocooned? Like cocoon?
Yeah, I feel swaddled up in cocoon. I'm
Yeah.
I went in a caterpillar, I've come out a butterfly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Or I went in one single beam of white light and I've come out as a rainbow light.
Oh, also good.
Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
What did we think? How did it sink? Maddie, as the guest, how did you feel the sinking went?
Given I have watched a handful of films with you guys in the syncing process.
Yeah.
I thought this was a fantastic film. That
Bloody
sunk.
good.
It was
Yeah.
a very good synced film. I meant to give a score. How
Yeah.
does this work?
You can chuck out a
Out of
number
10,
and
yeah.
we'll...
I mean, basically anything goes with our scoring system.
Yeah, we gave out a Z.
typically out of 10.
Pretty much every shot where there was a moon and some
Hell
in
yeah.
space, there was perfect syncs. So which I would give a 9 out of 10.
Oh.
Yeah,
that.
they were anti syncs, but
They
if
always
anything,
add
that
to it.
adds to it.
Yeah, that's how A Quiet Place got its 8. Was
Exactly, right.
7. Yeah. I will have to, because of the Willy Wonka problem, I'm thinking we might have to deduct it a point.
Sorry, what is? I don't know what this means.
That's
What
all
does it
right.
mean?
The Willy Wonka problem is when a really trippy moment in a film happens to money, and it's not trippy enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
That song is the least trippy on the album.
And it happened with both glowing alien pool sex and
Yeah. Which is pretty
weird UFO.
Yeah. Kind of a shame.
Yeah. So, but I'm also willing to fight for it. I'm willing to 8.2 this baby.
2?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah?
That's a specific enough rating for me.
It's 1.1 more than Ratatouille,
Yeah.
but still, does it for you?
I'm feeling really good about it.
Yeah.
I was pretty
Would you
happy
put it
with
at
9.
the point? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Would you say higher than Moon?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this sync. I thought it it sort of beats a movie set on the moon, which is kind of what.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No, you know what?
So what do you?
I want to say 9.
Because we didn't have the Willy Wonka problem when we watched Moon.
true.
We've aged and we need to get back to our youthful exuberance.
Yeah.
Much like we're hoping that happens for the world in 2021. And to give the world in 2021 something to look forward to, keen to hand out this 9 as well.
Hell yeah.
Maybe after this year of like where there's been so much like dumb shit happen and it's like just absolute ridiculousness of this year. Cocoon was like quite nice to watch.
Yeah. It was a good time.
Yeah.
Highly recommended, listeners. So there you go. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
On it.
Oh.
Yeah, and what are we doing next week? I feel like I chose Cocoon. I don't know. Like, it remains to be seen.
Yeah.
We've sort of thrown out a whack as to what's happening next week, so we'll tell you. You'll find out, I guess.
Well,
You can choose one.
You choose one on the spot right now.
well, you know, we've seen about how the world could be fixed, but we've still got to be prepared for how the world is going to roll us. And we're going to need some of our finest filmmaking, our finest weapons, our sharpest tools in the shed. Will we give this movie a 7, which is an upside down L? Will it be on our foreheads? Or will we look kind of dumb, you know?
It took me a little while to get.
So hey now, as we look towards the moon and see all stars, let's get our game on and watch Shrek.
Yeah. Woo! We're Shrekking it up next week. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check yourself before you Shrek yourself.
Oh yeah.
Pink Floyd podcast and more sweet puns like that to come.
Maddie, is there anything you want to recommend to the people? Anything you've done lately or just enjoyed?
I just want to say Cocoon Juice again.
Get wrecked, Gareth.
You should register the Twitter handle Cocoon Juice, see if that's available.
Oh, that's a gross Twitter handle.
But other than that, no, not really.
No?
Sweet.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you've been
Pleasure
Madeline
as always.
Smith.
I have.
I've been Gareth Blackler.
I've been James Barron.
And we'll see you on the dark side of Cocoon.
On the dark side of Cocoon, it's a movie. Oh, thanks for that. Back it up. That was great. All right.